there's still nothing set in stone about whether Giannis Antetokounmpo will stay in Milwaukee or whether he will be leaving. The constant question that Giannis has is, can I win a championship with this roster?
3 straight seasons here being eliminated in the first rounds.
He wants to win a second championship.
Antetokounmpo throws it down! The Greek Freak is a Greek NBA champion.
It's a very tough decision for him. This is 12 years he spent there.
20 years, maybe might not reach up there with next career.
So you staying in Milwaukee? Probably. We'll see.
Yeah.
It was good, y'all. Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. I just want to start off with that just real quick. I'm a fan of Giannis. I'm just go ahead and say that. I think he's my favorite player in the league right now. I like his game. I like how he's gritty. I like how he hasn't even unlocked his full potential yet. He's learning the game at a different level every single year. You're seeing improvement. You're seeing him learn to really figure out how to dominate in this league in real time. I just think that the Bucks haven't been doing everything they can to supplement him. It sucks with the Damian situation because of the injuries. Chris Middleton injured. Just some bad luck there, but also they really didn't do anything else to help him out. Giannis needs shooters around him. Giannis needs someone to move out the way and get him the ball. Giannis also needs someone who is willing to play defense with him, be a part of a strong defensive core. They had that with Drew Holiday, and then they tried to break away from that by adding Damian Lillard. He's not a terrible defender, but there's a huge difference there. I think Giannis needs to leave. I think Giannis needs to go to a team where he can sort of polish up, if that makes sense. I think he learned the game the hard way. He learned how to be a leader on a team that wasn't really doing anything for a long time, really was on the cusp of being like a, coasting team, and then they sort of figured it out. They got some good pieces. Bobby Portis, he sort of showed up a little bit. He started playing well for you guys. Brook Lopez, he's a strong player still. We should be giving him more props. I do think people do hate on him. He does have interesting moments. I can go ahead and say that. But overall, he did his job when he was there. So shout out to him. But I just think that it's time to move on. It's time for him to find something or somewhere where he can learn, where he can be a part of a winning team and push that team to be where they could be. I think he could go to Atlanta. Him and Trae Young. That's a random team in the East, but I feel like him and Trae Young, maybe they could add a couple pieces over there, sort of do what they're doing with Damian Lillard, but I feel like Trae Young is a better passer. They could add some more defensive players to obviously supplement his weakness, Trae Young's weakness, but also you will have that opportunity to spread the floor. It's a solid market. I think that it won't just be those two. They could draw some other people out there. But that's just a random one-off that I think would be interesting or fun to watch. He's been linked to Golden State. I've seen or heard, some stuff about that. I don't know how or what Golden State would do to make that work. That would have to be like a Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond, and I would have to say like a little bit more to really balance out like the money wise. But that'd be pretty crazy. Giannis, Jimmy, and Steph. Giannis does everything that Draymond did better, and he can score the basketball. I think that'd be pretty nasty as a team. And so Golden State would also have a guy that they could build also. And Steph could also take a little bit of a breather on the offensive end some nights. Because he'll have two players who could score the offense, who could take some of the offensive load, especially because Steph is someone who has to do a lot of running, but his overall game is pretty conservative on his legs. I mean, as far as he's not really trying to explode pass by you or jump over you or play hard crazy defense. He's out there to get open and get his shot off. His wind is crazy. He knows how to stay conditioned, stay up on that. His shot, even when he has slumps, he always finds a way to shoot himself out of it and is still a threat, even just him being out there. I've always said when I talk about like the Warriors and Steph Curry, he's the master of that passive playmaking. Him just being out there causes so much disruption and forces teams that are like defending him to have to make so many adjustments just because he's out there. And that's super underrated, I think. And I think that wins a lot of Golden State's games. I mean, just the star factor of him, just how he plays, just what he can do, and just from what we've seen him do, it's just crazy. And I think that'd be interesting with Giannis. I think he could learn a lot from that winning dynasty culture. I do think people are sort of unreasonable with Steve Kerr sometimes, but he has winning culture. He has won. He has been a part of hella winning teams. Like despite what people may think, be it good luck, some good luck in there, but also maybe he positions himself to have good luck, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a thing, and I think he figured that out, or he's just good at what he does. But I think he could learn some stuff. I think he could really build there. Also, he could be the other guy to really take over once Steph Curry is done. Because I have a prediction. I think that Steph, KD, and LeBron are going to retire not this year coming up, but the next year coming up. Do a whole like that season. That's going to be a whole what is it called? A farewell tour type thing. Just like a turn of the era, quote unquote, style thing. I think that would be interesting and, good for the NBA, but hopefully that's not the case. I mean, that would suck, but that's what I predict. I think that's what they're going to do. But if that would be the case, then there'd be a void. Who would be, the new leader of these teams? Who would be the new face of the league? That's always a conversation. If Giannis can be a part of a big market team, because unfortunately that's just how it's going to have to be. If he can be a part of a big market team, win, get MVPs, earn those accolades, because those are important for you to be that. Like the more of those MVPs, final MVPs, defensive player of the years, I think he should be trying to shoot for some of the defensive player of the years as well. That's how he can become that player face, because he could do it. He just needs to be a part of a team that values him that way. But there's some options. I think there's some options. His championship window. Let's go ahead and see what NBA Today has to say about that.
Giannis may not ever have to put on a Bucks jersey again to go down as the best player in Milwaukee's franchise history. With all due respect to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, take a look at just some of the categories that Giannis is the all-time Bucks leader in. Giannis is only on the brink of joining Kevin Garnett as the only players in league history to be the franchise record holder in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Like Kevin Garnett, Giannis seems like he genuinely wants to make things work out there in Milwaukee. However, unlike KG, he's already won a title. So, Mark, does Giannis have a path to win a second championship with Milwaukee as it stands right now?
No.
Yeah, plain and simple. No. Milwaukee is not good enough. They just don't have enough. I don't think how the league is right now, Milwaukee can be a threat. That's just a problem.
This team is not good enough. They don't have the point guard needed to get to that championship level.
My bad, y'all. I gotta add. That was dumb.
Fantastic. Even with the East kind of being depleted from an injury standpoint, just overall talent, no. I could see this maybe second round at best.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been second round at best for a little while here, but I think in all of those playoff series, they had key injuries, and I'm not willing to write them off yet. I don't think they're going to be favored over the Knicks or the Cavs or any other teams, and probably not even the Hawks or the Magic, right? But would it shock me if they popped up to the 3 seed? No, because they got that man right there, and as long as he still says that he wants to be in Milwaukee and he's on the team.
This looks like a Lakers roster. It's just not good enough. At peak, a lot of these names could be good enough, but they gotta have peak performances. Like, it looks like there's a weird gap for their big. Miles Turner is their only center currently, so you could possibly see Giannis playing some center. Bobby Porter's with him as well. Torian Prince. That sucks that they got him. If Porter Jr. can score the ball and be what he was prior to his situation, I think that they could be solid. I think, they're... I don't know how to spend that, honestly. Like, this team is pretty interesting. Kuzma, if he can not be weird, I feel like they'd be solid. Like, they have a lot of length on this team, a lot of length and a lot of athleticism. I think if they do choose to run, if they do choose to be a strong, defensive style team, try to run at you, try to be fast, try to move fast, I think there's a possibility here. It just relies on, can they fall into that? Would that be able to work? Because Gary Trent Jr. at year 2 isn't going to cut it.
I'm not picking against him.
That's
and
trash.
I think guys like Kyle Kuzma, he's going to be better. He needs to learn how to space and get open for Giannis. It's hard to learn especially in the middle of the year, how to play with Giannis. He had to do that with LeBron. LeBron's a little different animal than playing with Giannis, right? But I think Miles Turner's a great addition, and especially in that East. Especially in the East where so many injuries are affecting
I don't know. That looks limited to
teams
me.
at the top of the...
I mean, isn't he like the best two-way player in the game?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
isn't that
Every
supposed
year.
to mean something in your prime?
Yep.
Only a few years removed from a 50-point
Yeah.
game in the clincher in the NBA Finals. If Giannis is who we all think he is, they should be in the conversation. I'm with Ramona on this one. And we saw Miami Heat get to the finals as the 8th seed a couple years ago. Obviously, the Pacers, no one had them go to the finals next year.
Yeah, Giannis is the best two-way player in the league. That's why he's always in the top 3 for MVPs. In my opinion, I feel like he should have got one of these MVPs between him and Jokic and Joel and Shea. Like, I feel like those 4 have been in the conversation as of late. But I feel like Giannis should have got at least one more of those. Like, because of what he's been doing. And it sucks because, well, his team has been sort of lacking. That's That's been his struggle. That's why he's never really been in that true MVP conversation recently. But if his team can win and if he continues to get numbers like he has been doing, he would be like, the team would be great.
Have some patience. Let this team come together, see what you have, and guess what? You don't have to win next year.
Yeah.
You haven't won since 2021.
Yeah.
You can look at the big picture and say, this may be a rocky period of my time with the franchise, but this will allow me then to someday retire having only played for the Bucks if you get through this period.
But see, that's the thing that's the thing that I'm thinking about with Giannis, though. Does he want to wait that long to win another championship? Because it sounds like right now he's fine with maybe looking at somewhere else if Milwaukee's not able to win a
They're
championship.
Giannis and the Miracles now. Like, you're dating you. There was a movie called The
I know.
Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, where Julius Erving led this band of bandits to a title.
But where are you going to go where it's guaranteed? He just saw Dame
can't
Lillard.
win by himself.
Dame Lillard just left the one place he'd ever known.
Okay, no, I agree with that.
And they didn't win, right? So it's not that easy to go somewhere else
I
and
ain't saying
expect
he
to
should
win.
leave.
Okay.
I'm just
So
saying.
you're just saying.
And I also think
Well, I think he has to leave. I think at this point, the Bucks are in a weird transitions period. They lost a lot. They really didn't gain much. Again, like, I think their only real play is to play fast, try to run, try to go, try to use your bigs, Giannis and Miles Turner. Maybe find another big somewhere out there to give Miles Turner a little break and not have Giannis have to play that 5 as much. So maybe that would help, but that roster looks shaky, dude. That roster looks real shaky.